I think it just, you know, we're all different pieces to the puzzle. You know, whatever it is, you know, like you said, we have a couple guys that have a little bit of power, but not too much power. You know, no 20 home run guys yet, no guys with 0 ERAs. You know, not many guys throw 95 or harder, you know, nothing like that, you know. No first round picks here or anything like that. So, it's, you know, we're kind of just all different. And I think that kind of allows us to formulate to what we are. It doesn't. You know, like most of this team was in Auburn last year in short season A, and we had the best record there. You know, in Auburn, I think we had 40 wins on the season, and you know, we had the best record for a while, and we knew we were good, but we knew we weren't. It's the same team. You know, we knew we weren't too powerful, or we knew we weren't too much better than them, but we knew how to play together. And I think knowing how to play together, you know, it's. You know, there really aren't words for it. You know, it's just you're eventually going to put that W in the box score, and when you play together well, you know, everybody's going to succeed from there. My dad played, and he ended up passing away my senior year of high school, which kind of was a little more of a kickstart for me to really kind of get things going. I didn't have an offer from any colleges really until my senior year, till after he passed. So, you know, that happened, and I was really kind of worked through that to get to where I am now. And you know, but I've been playing since I was 5. I remember I threw a tennis ball one time in a tennis court with one of my friends' dads actually, and he said that, you know, he went back to my dad and said, you know, he's got a pretty good arm. You may want to get him in baseball. I used to start, but I used to always think too much the night before, so I'd be up till 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, just thinking about how I want to approach these guys, how I want to pitch them. And when you're in the bullpen, you can't think about those things because you don't know when you're going to pitch, and you know, it just becomes too stressful. So now I'm just sitting around till the 8th, 7th, 8th inning, just, you know, just doing my thing, just kind of relaxing, enjoying the game, taking it all in. And then, you know, when it's time to pitch, it's time to go. But there's really no, you know, you're not really thinking about it beforehand, and that's kind of been the difference.
There's sort of a correlation between closers and, say, kickers in the NFL because
Yeah.
they're a specialty, I guess.
Yeah. Definitely, it kind of comes down to, you know, having that, I guess, cold-blooded, or kind of being willing to kind of put things to an end, or ice things, as you say. And you know, it's tough, but at the same time, I think some people are either going to thrive in it or they're going to fail in it. You know, that role is kind of set up for us to fail as it is. You know, the other team is trying their best to, you know, that's just the whole game of baseball, but especially when you kind of, it comes down to just the final 3 outs, everything kind of gets maximized. And you know, that's just kind of how it is. And I wouldn't say that it's exactly like kicking, because I don't think I could be able to do that, and I could do this. But you know, it's kind of goes along the same lines. Try to get as clear as possible. I don't really try to think about too much. I don't really try to think about how I'm going to attack certain hitters or anything, because the minute I try to change myself to kind of go to, you know, their style of play is the minute I'm going to become weak. And you know, but when I'm in the bullpen, all I'm really thinking about is, do I have my fastball located for strikes, and my next best pitch is my slider. So, you know, how's that? And if that's not there, is my split there? You know, it doesn't take me normally too long to get ready. So if, you know, all this kind of thought process comes within 8, 10 pitches of warming up in the bullpen. And regardless of if I feel good or if I don't feel good, I don't really let that affect me. You know, you got to go out there and just kind of pitch, regardless of how you feel, especially in that situation. You can't show that weakness. And that's something that, you know, I've grown up from. You know, I used to wear my emotions on my sleeve, and you can't do that in this role, because the minute the other team sees that, and the minute anybody sees that, you know, you're going to get taken advantage of. And, you know, that's something I've grown from, especially with this closer role. You know, you take it seriously, and the emotions, whatever it may be, you realize that, you know, you have 3 outs to get, you know, and you don't really think about that it's that hard. You know, it's just kind of putting a stop to the game, and you're just kind of going out there trying to not think of things. And the minute you do think of too many things, you know, it can kind of spiral, you know, downward from there.
As long as I can remember, I started playing when I was probably around 2 years old. So that was my first gift my dad ever gave me, was a baseball bat and a ball. So
Sure, he's not regretting that.
no, he pushed me in that direction. You know, I was going through a tough slump at the beginning of the year, and we had all our roamers here, who were call coaches that roam around, and they were here and they were really working me hard on my swing. And I think it was the second day they were here, I ended up hitting a grand slam. That was a big hit for us in that game, and that's probably my greatest memory so far with the Suns. I have to credit most of it to Brian Rupp, our hitting coach. He's really worked really hard with me just over the course of the last couple months on my approach, about how to swing, what to look for in certain counts. You know, just all around mental approach is what we focused on. I've worked tirelessly hours upon hours a week just trying to get back to where I am today. And it's still not where I want it to be, but it's getting close. I train pretty hard every day. I like showing up early and being one of the last guys to leave. You know, so I train because I want to get to the next level. You know, I want to make it to the major leagues, so I'll train as hard as I can in order to get there. It's been a fun journey so far. Last summer I actually was hurt. I had pretty much what you call a stress reaction in my pelvis, pretty much broke my pelvis. I was out for 7 weeks. So I didn't really get to play much last season. I came to spring training in the best shape of my life, fully recovered, and had a really good spring training, and just got here and came and just struggled the first half really hard, and then just picked it up the last month or two and really have done well. You know, as far as our team goes, we have a bunch of older guys. As far as a lot of us have been through college together and been through that cycle. And a lot of us have actually played in Auburn last year together. So we were already teammates coming into the season. And we just have a good dynamic of guys. Pretty much everyone gets along. We have a lot of fun together. You know, we hang out after the baseball games. So it's a really good group dynamic. So I think that's what makes us special. And we all want to work hard and do our best no matter what happens.